welcome back to John Does Fantasy. Now, second player we are breaking into is one of my favorite ones. That's Saquon Barkley, going 28th on ESPN, and on Sleeper going 23. Now, I love Saquon. Now, I'm not saying go get him in the the first round, but if you can get him at the ADP of 28, is he a steal? I mean, come on, look at this man. He is an absolute steal. Now, let me tell you some stats about Saquon. Last year, he only played 61% of snaps. It was his first year back from the ACL. Everyone knows, the running backs aren't good coming back from the ACL. Every year, the first year back is not always that great. And last year, he wasn't that great at all. Now, the Giants added Evan Neal, the seventh pick of the draft at right tackle. They also added a third-round guard, and then they added Mark Glanowski, Joe Feliciano, Max Garcia, and free agency. So they have one of the most improved offensive lines in the league, and it was a terrible offensive line. Now, let me tell you why I really, really love Saquon. And if you can get him at the 2-3 turn, I love him. Now, I don't love him at 15 or 13, but after that, he's the biggest steal in the draft. But you got to draft his backup. You got to draft Matt Breida, okay? If you get him, you got to draft Matt Breida, and I'll tell you in a little second why. But you got to get him with, one of your last picks in the draft. Now, Saquon, he's only 25, and he's on a contract year. And you know what I love is a player on a contract year. He's 25, and if he plays good this year, he'll probably get, $50 million contract. And if he don't, well, no money for him, and he knows that. And he's coming to the most improved line. I mean, he's a beast. When he was coming out of the draft, I mean, I'd pick him to be my running back out of anybody in the whole league. I mean, just look at this man. He does shit that no one can do, I love him. Absolutely love him. Now, let me tell you some stats why you got to take Matt Breida. Okay, now Matt Breida, I think he's better than Devontae Booker, or as good. Now, Devontae Booker, weeks 5 through 9, when Saquon was out, averaged 17.8 points. In weeks 5 through 9, week 5 he had 17.8. Week 6 he had 6.9. Week 7 he had 12.6. Week 8 he had 12.5. And then week 9 he had 12.2. Now, I'm telling you, Saquon and the Matt Breida combo is going to win you a league. Even if say Saquon's healthy, he's a top 5 back, especially with that improved offensive line, a chip on his shoulder, and him trying to make money. He's a top 5 back. Let's just say Saquon gets hurt. Okay? And you took Matt Breida with the last pick in the round, one of your last 2-3 picks. You take, I'll take him with the third last pick if you got Saquon. I'm taking Matt Breida in every draft just in case Saquon gets hurt, because I think Matt Breida will get you 12 points a game. And worst comes to worst, you got a top 5 running back, or you got Matt Breida getting you 12 points a game. If Devontae Booker can do 12 points a game on that terrible offensive line, I think Matt Breida could definitely do 12 points a game. So that's my plan. I'm taking Matt Breida in every draft, no matter what, because, hey, Saquon might get hurt. He really might. But honestly, if I got Saquon in the 2-3 turn, like he's going in the ESP draft, and he got hurt, I honestly wouldn't care, because I got Matt Breida, and Matt Breida is going to get me 12 points a game. So if you like this, I got, I think outside the box, doing stuff that no one else is doing. The Saquon Barkley and Matt Breida combo will win you leagues. Subscribe for more. John Does Fantasy.